Guys, what's going on? This is Rance Hayes, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Red Pill movement. Now, I know you're all familiar with the Red Pill movement unless your head has been buried in the sand over the past few years. The reality is that it's been plastered everywhere, and I just wanted to share a couple of perspectives. Earlier today, I was watching Abba and Preach. They do a great job bringing forward positive information, and Abba said something about the Red Pill movement that I thought was true. And he said basically that the Red Pill movement is necessary to an extent, to a degree. And I agree with that. I agree that it is a necessary movement at this time. Throughout my entire life, I've never seen as much open space for men to have dialogue around dating women, interacting with women, better understanding ourselves in this world with regard to dating and sex and all those things. So I think it's great that the Red Pill movement has sparked, or at least helped to spark, more open dialogue about, contemporary men and how we're interacting with women, and how we can be more introspective and develop ourselves and improve our standing in the world. I think those are all good things. The thing that I like about the Red Pill movement is something that I mentioned a second ago, was the encouragement for self-improvement. Anytime you see a problem in the world, you see something that you don't like, my mindset has always been, if you don't like something, if you don't appreciate the way something is, look at yourself first. Figure out what you can do, right? Because whatever you can do is gonna be the most impactful for you, right? So figure out what you can do in that moment to create as much change as possible. And I really like that. Be introspective as a practitioner is something that I coach all of my clients on. If you're frustrated with the way that your life is going, focus on yourself. Look at what you're doing every single day. Are you working out every day? Are you eating right? Are you getting sufficient rest? Are you surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded people that have goals, ambitions? Are you surrounding yourself with bums? At the end of the day, the idea that the Red Pill movement is, number one, encouraging more open dialogue for men to talk about who we are, how we show up in the world, and how we interact with women and, relationships and sex and all of that is a great thing. What I don't like about what I've seen so far, number one, is the perpetuation of misogyny. You see the perpetuation of misogyny in some of these groups with guys who are really jaded, guys who have been burned by women, who are frustrated by the dating scene, who feel like they haven't been given a fair shake, and so they come into this space looking for other people who can echo, their jaded views about women to perpetuate, like I said, their misogynistic views or perspectives about women. And that's just not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for the guys who, even though they're acting like they're upset and frustrated and jaded and all of that, what they really want is they want to be recognized, right? What they really want is they want attention from women that they're not getting. So, unfortunately, we see the perpetuation of misogyny in these groups with guys who are jaded, who are frustrated, who feel like they've gotten a raw shake in the dating world. And at the end of the day, that just doesn't do anybody any good. I mean, you can have your disagreements, you can have your views, your perspective on women and society and all of that. But when you get to the point where you're no longer looking at yourself and what you can do to improve yourself, and you're solely focused on blaming other people, you're just a part of the problem. The other thing that I don't really appreciate about the group, the movement that I've seen so far, is just a general lack of accountability from some of the guys. Now, again, I'm not painting everybody with a broad brush. I'm not saying that everybody who believes in the Red Pill or supports the movement behaves this way. But what I am saying is that it's pervasive. It's pervasive in the culture, and you don't have to take my word for it. You can just go online and do your own research, and you'll see the toxic behavior that I'm talking about, the lack of accountability that I'm talking about, where guys are basically just saying that everything is a woman's fault. Everything that's bad in the world today is because of feminism. Everything that's bad with dating, everything that's gone wrong with the dating world because of feminism. And that's just ridiculous. First of all, feminists aren't writing the laws in this country. Feminists don't shape the way that this country is governed. They haven't ever, right? And so to think that they're responsible for the way that everything is arranged is just asinine. Any kind of extremist behavior, as I said before, is dangerous and doesn't serve anybody. Develop some accountability for yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. A lot of you guys need to do that Kevin Samuels 1 to 10 scale yourself. Be brutally honest about where you are in that scale. And if you have a problem being brutally honest, maybe you can call some friends. Again, if you're looking out there in the dating world and you're having a hard time interacting with women, the first thing that you need to do is look at yourself. Look at yourself. Are you doing everything that you need to be doing to elevate yourself as a human being? Are you making yourself as attractive, as magnetic as possible? Or are you entitled? Do you just feel like women should be attracted to you because of who you are, because of what your name is, because of what kind of job you have, right? The reality is that there's a lot more to interacting with other people and attracting other people than just nailing down one or two components. You're a human being, you're multifaceted. And whether or not somebody is attracted to you has to do with everything that you do to develop yourself, right? So take some accountability. I understand there's a lot of toxicity out here. There are a lot of, toxic behaviors on full display on both sides. At the end of the day, I can't control what other people do, and neither can you. What you can control is how you respond to that behavior. And what we're seeing out in the dating world today is that there's a lot of surface level interaction, where people really aren't going deep. They're not really connecting with people. They're not really developing a bond with people. They're just kind of skimming around, trying a little bit of this, trying a little bit of that. And as long as you know that that's the reality of the dating world, then spend more time focusing on yourself and put yourself in a position where you attract the kind of people that you want. And instead of you chasing them, they come to you, right? But the only way that you can do that is if you become more accountable for yourself, for the things that you engage in every single day, for how you're developing yourself, and you'll find yourself in a position where you're going to be attracting more of the quality of people that you want. So as you can see with any group, any organization, there's always going to be the positives and the negatives. And I think at the end of the day, if you're somebody who's following red pill, who's aspiring to live a red pill lifestyle, what I would say is just remember that your happiness is grounded in balance. It's not balanced or grounded in extremes, right? Your happiness, your success, everything that you're aspiring to achieve in your life drives through balance, not extremism, okay? So don't get into the habit of painting everybody with a broad brush, right? Understand that everybody is different. And if you go into the world with an open mind and understand that not all women are the same, not every single woman out here is a gold digger, not every single woman out here is trying to manipulate you and play you and degrade you. Not every woman is trying to do that. There are women out here who are playing in that arena. Listen, but if we're being honest, you probably don't even want to be with those women. They look good from afar, but the closer you get, the more conversations you have, the more you interact with them, the more you realize that they're really, a lot of times they're fake. And they spend all of their time and energy surrounding themselves with fakeness. Because that's what they aspire to be. They want a fake lifestyle. So if that's what you're into, you're in the dating game and you're, chasing after women who are chasing after the top 5%, then, I don't really want to hear you complaining too much, because the truth is that there are billions of people on this planet. And if you just focus on yourself, develop yourself, focus on yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, you are going to attract someone who is right for you.